is a Fox News alert. Just hours to go before the Senate takes an initial vote on a House-passed bill to avoid a government shutdown, which contains a provision to defund Obamacare, but which Senator Reid is expected to strip from the bill the Senate votes on. And right now, Senator Ted Cruz urging his colleagues to block that bill. And you are looking live at the U.S. Senate floor, where Senator Cruz and his supporters have been speaking, but not filibustering, for 7 hours and 41 minutes. He says he will speak in support of defunding Obamacare until he is no longer able to stand. And also tonight, a new Gallup poll showing a record number of Americans, 60%, believe the federal government is too powerful. Senator Lindsey Graham joins us. Nice to see you,
Hello.
sir.
How you doing, Greta?
Good. So
I can't wait you get 7 o'clock. So I can go to bed early.
Eight more at 10 o'clock shows. We're doing the countdown here. Believe me, we're ecstatic.
Wait.
Anyway, all right. What do you think of this Ted Cruz talking / filibustering?
Anytime you're talking about Obamacare and how bad the bill is for America, that's a good day. The question is, can we convince Democrats to defund Obamacare? Maybe 5 Democrats will listen to what Ted's got to say and will win the day. The one thing I disagree with is that the idea of shutting down the government to try to defund Obamacare will not succeed in defunding Obamacare, but it will, I think, hurt our ability as a party to grow and eventually defeat this bill.
All right, let's talk about shutting down the government. And let me complain for a second as a citizen.
Sure.
The reason we're talking about shutting down the government is because the government hasn't done its job. They're not talking about a budget.
Right. Absolutely.
It's about continuing resolution.
Yeah, we should. A continuing resolution is the laziest person way of running the government.
Yeah, and so we
got
should
13
be mad as hell. We should be mad as hell at you guys.
If you put us in charge of the U.S. Senate and keep the House in charge, Republicans control the House, Republicans control the Senate, I'm going to make a prediction and a promise that we will pass every appropriation bill and not do CRs anymore. And if we don't, kick us out.
You know, but it's just appalling. If I did my job like that, I wouldn't last 5 minutes.
You know, and let me tell you, we haven't had the appropriations process work in almost 5 years. No business could survive. So I appreciate Ted focusing on Obamacare's flaws because there are many, but at the end of the day, it needs to be about Democrats being held accountable for passing this bill. I'm tired of fighting among Republicans. I didn't vote for Obamacare. Not one Republican did. To the Democrats who created this monstrosity, you need to change it. You need to work with me and others to fix this bill before it destroys the economy.
All right, so let's say, what do you predict happen is that tomorrow there'll be a vote, and eventually what's going to happen is Senator Reid will strip from the Senate bill the defunding.
This is the key right here.
Okay.
The House defunded Obamacare. It's in the continuing resolution to fund the government. Every Republican will vote against taking out the provision to defund Obamacare. I think most Democrats, if not all, will vote to strip it out. That will be the issue of 2014. And here's the news that nobody's talking about today. Ted Cruz is on the floor of the Senate. Good for Ted. We had a UN speech by everybody today. The one story that people are not talking about is that Bill and Hillary Clinton, particularly Hillary Clinton, fully embraced Obamacare today. They're selling this bill as hard as they can sell it. I will never call it Obamacare anymore. I'm going to call it Clinton Care. Hillary Clinton decided today to own Obamacare. So in 2016, when this thing falls apart and the economy's in shambles because of Obamacare, I'm going to hereafter call it Clinton Care. She made a huge mistake today.
And let's say that it's a huge success.
Then she will win.
In 2016?
Yes. If it's a huge success, Hillary Clinton will win the presidency. If it's the failure I think it's going to be, then she needs to own the result of embracing this bill.
All right, 30 seconds left. How do we define whether it's a success or not? Because it's not just about
the American people will tell you, if you're losing your job because your employer went to 29 hours because they can't afford 40 hours, if the deficit is growing and you don't have private sector health care because the companies that you're working for drop you because it costs too much, then you will know it's a failure. It is a failure now, and it will be continued. It will even be a more bigger failure.
You know what I think is a missing element? I'd like to see who understands this. I mean, with all the 20.
You know who understands it?
Nobody.
The employers. The unions understand it.
I don't mean the intricate parts of when people actually
nobody understands how it works.
Trying to,
But here's what I want to vote. Delay the individual mandate for a year. Give me that vote. The medical device tax is destroying jobs throughout this country, inventing using
Yeah, but you know
medical
what?
devices.
That's not
Let's
the problem.
vote.
But you know what the problem is? It's like everyone takes the bill. Now you want to strip out what you don't like for the special interest because the medical device people.
I want to start over again.
Well, whatever.
You know what I want to do? I want to sit down with Democrats and write a better bill.
You know, and I want people, and I want special people to stop getting special deals.
There you go. I don't want Congress to get us. David Vitter's right.
Congress is outrageous.
David Vitter is right. That ought to be in any bill the Republicans pass,
and
making sure Washington doesn't get a special deal.
Absolutely. Passed, I want to know which U.S. senator and staff and House are saying we're still not going to take it.
Smoke us out.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Senator, nice to see you.
And the Iranians are lying about their nuclear program.